Hey, I'm Stephanie Talia from Stephanie's Mindful Solutions. I just wanted to pop on here today and say, "What's up?" No, just kidding. This is Wellness Wednesday. Just wanted to share some basically information about Dead Sea Mask because I've been getting quite a few questions about it lately. And basically, why is it one of my go tos for calming skin issues as well as being a multitasker? So perhaps you're using your mud like I am, or perhaps you're not. But I literally use my Dead Sea Mud Mask for lots of things, and we'll go through that later. But wanted to say, if you're joining me live, please comment where you're joining us from, and then also if you're catching this on the replay, please add that to the comments, pound replay, and where you're calling from. So I guess I'd like to ask, do you use a mud mask? And basically, the purpose of why we would use a mud mask is basically to draw out dirt, tighten fine lines. I use actually a Dead Sea mud mask because you can't get any closer to the one that I used than going to the Dead Sea itself. Now, granted, that is on my bucket list. I haven't gotten there. I will get there eventually, but literally, this mud mask has been wonderful. I do have psoriasis, and we'll get into that too. But basically, anybody can use mud mask. This Dead Sea mud mask is wonderful. There's no fillers in it. The only thing additional that they add to it is actually aloe. So you're getting all the pure minerals that are included in the mud, basically from the source, and your body needs that to function properly. So part of what that does, it actually helps, calm skin. So for me, again, it's like I use it actually for anti-aging. Is just a perk. It helps tighten the skin, fine lines, and it actually for hyperpigmentation, like I have with freckles, it actually helps even out the skin. So when I have events, sometimes I'll spot treat and things like that too. But let me know if you use a mud mask, how things are going, if you actually like it or not. I actually incorporate mine. I do it at least once a week. I should be getting better at it at 2 to 3 times a week. Sometimes I do if I have time, but at minimum, I like to do it at least once a week. It absolutely makes a difference, I think, in my skin. Um, and again, so basically, the Dead Sea mud, what is so great about it is it actually has, when you put it on, it has macrocirculation, so it actually helps with collagen production. Again, it evens out the skin. It deeply cleanses and detoxes without stripping the moisture from the skin, which that's super important, especially if you have skin issues like I do with psoriasis. Um, it's absolutely wonderful. Not to mention, again, it's loaded with minerals that are essential for your body to be able to function properly. And why not absorb them? I mean, you need to take them anyway, so why not absorb them through the skin? Because you actually absorb 60% of what you come in contact with in your skin. And it only takes like 20 some seconds, 20 to 30 seconds to absorb it into your bloodstream. So, anyway, some of the very important minerals, there's a ton of them, but the main ones that I kind of key on because of my skin issues are like magnesium, which actually helps speed up skin issues. It actually soothes damaged skin. Potassium is another one. It actually replenishes moisture, reduces puffy skin. Um, so one tip I would like to give you, because I have seen, and again, there's no right or wrong here, but I would tell you if you want to get the best tip I can possibly give you and share with you is don't forget your neck. So this is a picture of me. This is me, face and neck. So number one, if you're doing a mud mask, get the most out of your mud mask. Don't forget your neck because unfortunately some people do. And the thing is, your neck is the quickest thing that'll age you. Why not treat your neck the same way you do your face? It's wonderful. Again, it'll tighten it up, even out the coloring. Um, Wonderful. So now we'll get into basically why I use my mud as a multitasker. And again, I don't know if you do or not. So let me know if you've actually used your mud in these ways or not. But again, with me having psoriasis, I actually use the mask and I've the mud and have literally replaced using steroid cream. I no longer have to use that because basically I put the mud on where I'm having flares. Basically, I've used it on my arms. I've used it on the trunk of my body. I've even used it on my hands to restore the moisture balance when COVID started. Because obviously, I washed my hands before, but we're dealing with a lot more different detergents, and we're having to wash our hands longer. Well, I noticed within the first couple of days, my hands were starting to dry, um, and so I knew I was going to have problems. Basically, they were going to split, and that's not advantageous. You don't want to have that when you're in an environment, where there could potentially be colds and viruses and things like that. So I actually put Dead Sea mud mask on the back of my hands. It helped basically restore the natural moisture barrier. And then I started going back to basics and started using the Dead Sea Balm that I use because it's a super moisturizer. But I've also used it on my head because I do have a patch in the back of my head that for some reason acts up every once in a while. And yeah, the skin just changes. So it's one of those things where you have to treat it a little bit different. So you could use mud, you could use balm. There's a lot of different things you can do. And again, if you're using something else, I would love to hear because I'm always looking to find natural solutions. I'm always looking to learn about things that I may not even be aware about yet. But again, Dead Sea mud is kind of been my go-to for a lot of things. Again, we have these things here in Texas, red ants. They're not fun. So when you get bit by them, it's like it's really crazy because at the time it doesn't necessarily hurt, but like a couple seconds later it does, and it's really nasty the way it inflames and everything else, right? Because they put the toxin, the poison in your body. I put the mud mask actually on where they bite, and it actually helps draw the toxin and the poison out of the body, so it actually heals faster. It calms the inflammation down, and then you don't itch because that's the other problem, right? Is the itching. You don't want to itch your skin and rip it open. Just not a good thing. So anyway, this is the mud mask that I use and it comes in a container or a tub like this basically, but a little bit goes a long way. Basically put it on my face, my neck, and again I chase flare, so it's like if it's on my hands, if it's on my arms, and again it presents itself different depending on where it wants to get really creative sometimes on my body. I'll just address it and let it do its thing. So basically, I just want to pop on here real quick and let you know I'm Stephanie from Stephanie's Mindful Solutions. Water, mud, mineral, salt, and botanicals are my go-tos, and I hope this helped. Gave you some additional information about how I use mud. And again, if you have any comments on how you're using it, how things have worked, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or you'd like some suggestions. I'm here to help. Um, there is hope. I would tell you don't give up and don't stop trying solutions until you can basically, that'll help you love the skin you're in. There's so much hope in the world and so much that we can do. And you just need a better quality of life. It's like it's no fun when you're suffering a skin issue. So, anyway, hope that helped. Feel free to reach out to me. Again, I'm here to help, and you have a wonderful Wednesday. Stephanie Talia from Stephanie's Mindful Solutions signing off. Thanks.